In this video, we're talking about selecting the key features of a comparative graph when there is a lot of data to describe. Now, if you haven't watched the video with a simple example, I highly recommend you go there, watch it first, and then come back to this video. Alright, fellas, we're gonna go ahead. So the first key feature, again, usually, my approach is that I always go with categories. Not always. When I see that it is convenient to go with cities or with years, I'll go with years or with cities. But here you see I have only three categories. So it will be really organized and it will not get messy. It will be easy, simple, logical. So first I will select the key features of buying fresh coffee, then buying instant coffee, then going to a cafe. Okay. Before I start here, you see it's a very kind of complex graph here. And if you just start it hastily, and even if you select the key features ideally, but you write sentences that don't make sense, you will get a very low score. What I mean here, writing words like account for, constitute, was responsible for, contribute are not going to work here. Вообще там не получится использовать эти слова in this graph. Because, first of all, every city here has their own 100%. There is like отдельно 100%, there is отдельно 100%, отдельно 100%, отдельно 100%, отдельно 100%. This is the first problem. If I had one common 100%, I could have said accounted, constituted, because the translation of accounted, it means отвечать за какую-то часть от чего-то. Например, отвечать за 40% от одного от 100%. Javobgar bo'lish 40%ga 100%dan. Qanaqadir bitta 100%dan. Tut, I don't have one 100%. I have like one, two, three, four, five, five 100%. Another problem is that what will be accounting for what? It's very confusing. If you look here, these are percentages of city residents, and residents cannot account for habits. So these are not really connected. So here you will be mainly using simple, clear English sentences, which are actually very great. They're very encouraged in IELTS writing, and they're very natural. You will see the examples right now. Try to understand. Okay, let's start from the key features then. Buying fresh coffee. So let's see at this. So is this a key feature here? Well, it kind of looks like a key feature. It looks like the highest percentage. Okay. So if I take this as a key feature, then probably I need to group it with this because they're almost similar. There's no reason for me to write them separately. Uh, in this case, I'll probably put this two together also. This one, no, for sure, I'm not gonna put it separately. I must group this also. I have two choices. I can group this with this. I can group this with this. So I think I'll group it with Sydney and Melbourne because it's closer to Sydney and Melbourne than to Brisbane and Adelaide. All right, then, let's go ahead and start from Sydney, Melbourne, Hobart, buying fresh coffee. All right, you can pause the video right now and try to describe this key feature first on your own. All right, I'll put the sentence here. I want to start from the location. You can put the location in the beginning, in the end, doesn't matter. Here I'll start in the beginning. In Sydney, okay, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Okay, I have the location. Now I need my subject. Who did what? Who? The main subject are city residents, right? I'm gonna start from them. How many city residents? I need the numbers. Around, let's say between, uh, how much? It's like 45%, right? I guess. Like 37, 45%. Between 37 and 45%. Between around, I don't know, but around 40% and 45% of city residents. So I have my subject. So this is all is like subject, right? Between 40 and 45 of 45% of city residents. This is one main character. What did they do? They bought fresh coffee, right? I put my main action, bought fresh coffee in last 4 weeks. That's it. Um, I have the location, I have the numbers. About years, do I need the years? I don't need the years. Uh, they're asking me to use past simple, I'll use past simple. That's it. Alright, fellas, I'm done with the first key feature. You can pause the video right now and look at the sentence structure one more time until you fully understand it. Again, I will highlight it with my pen here. This is subject between around 40%, 45% of city residents, main character, главный персонаж. After this, I have my main action, bought, bought fresh coffee in last 4 weeks считается one main action. It should be one main action, but for this video, to make it simple, I'll say bought is verb, fresh coffee, this is object. In last 4 weeks, this is like time period. We don't really need this. Okay, it always should be like this. When you have graphs like that, you have place, you have percentage, and then you cannot connect it with this. It doesn't make sense to use account. Use subject, verb, object without account for constitute because they will not make sense and you will just ruin your score, even if you highlight the key features accurately. All right, let's go with the second key feature. So we agreed that the second, no, we didn't agree. I just said that the second key feature is Brisbane and Adelaide, that they have 35%. Okay, 35% of residents in Brisbane and Adelaide, so this is one subject, bought fresh coffee in last 4 weeks. That's it. All right, I kind of changed the order and the structure a little bit, so it's not the same. Okay, and this is fully fine. I know maybe right now you really want to compare them. You want to say the highest, the lowest, the second highest. This is all right. After this video, we will gradually go to that stage. But for now, it is very important that we build the foundation and just focus on selecting the key features. If you rush, your learning progress will get a little messy, and at some point, you will feel overwhelmed or disorganized when writing your IELTS writing task one essay. All right, let's go. The third key feature. Now, third key feature is going to be about instant coffee because there's nothing left to say about fresh coffee. We said everything. Okay, buying instant coffee. So is this a key feature? Well, it doesn't look like a key feature, honestly. So there's nothing special about it. So probably I'm going to group this with something. Let's see what I can group together. Probably I can group these guys together, like for sure. They're very close. Probably these three guys together. Because this is between, I guess, 50 and 55%. And this one is between 45 and 50%. Yeah. So this is the third key feature of the graph. This is fourth key feature of the graph. All right, let's go ahead then. Let's start describing it. You can again pause the video, try it yourself. Okay, so we say in Brisbane, Adelaide, and Hobart, um, the percentage of what? Of buying, right? So I turn this percentage of what the end. If I say what, I need noun, I need subject. And bought is not a subject, it's not a noun. To turn a verb into a noun, I usually put ing. So this is how I'm having accurate grammar. Покупки, right? Не покупает или покупал, а покупки. Сатуу gelmezdi, satu alış oluş yeri. Okay, the percentage of buying instant coffee in last 4 weeks was, I can say between, absolutely no problems, but let me show different versions of how to do this. Within the range, so again, it means between, within the range of, how much? 45 and No, no, I'm tripping here. So 50 and 55% within the range of 50, 55%. Okay, done. All right, fourth key feature. I'm talking about Sydney and Melbourne. Here I will say it is between, no, around 40, 45, 50%. Um, approximately, right? Approximately. How much I said? 45, 50%, 45%, 45, 50%. Bought, right? So here it was as a noun. Okay, buying instant coffee. Here I'm using it as a verb, so I'm varying the structure. Bought instant coffee in the last 4 weeks in Sydney and Melbourne. All right, done. Okay, the next key feature. I'm gonna quickly remove. We have said everything about instant coffee. The only thing left is going to a cafe for coffee or tea in the last 4 weeks. All right, here I have very high numbers. That's okay. So probably this is like the most uh, obvious key feature, but I have numbers that are similar. It's useless for me to talk about them separately, so I'm going to put them together. These three are one key feature. These two are one key feature. So this is going to be, let me see, fifth key feature. This is going to be the sixth key feature. So overall, in this graph, I'll have six key features. All right, this is quite all right. So I say in Sydney, Melbourne, and Hobart. In Sydney, so I'll put the location first, Melbourne and Hobart, of the percentage or the proportion of citizens who who did what? Who went to a cafe for tea or coffee in the last 4 weeks was about 60%. So done. All right, sixth key feature. So here, I do hope you understand how I'm using who here, the proportion of citizens, тех, кто пошел в кафе. Пропорция жителей, которые шли в кафе. Citizens in Uzbek, we call it, let's call it odamlar. Kafega borgan odamlarni soni. Kafega borgan is like who went to a cafe. All right, let's go ahead here, fellas, because I need to describe the citizens. I cannot just say the proportion of citizens. I gotta highlight here. Went to a cafe or tea. There are other ways to do this. Here I chose relative clauses, like the simplest, the fastest way. All right, let's go. And the best way in this case. The sixth key feature, Brisbane and Adelaide. All right, between 55 and 50%, right? Mm, let's say the proportion was between 50, was between around, right? Let's say nearly 50% and 55%. Is it true? Yeah, 55% in Brisbane and Adelaide. Adelaide. And basically, I'm done here. So we have six key features. And why am I saying that we gotta highlight the key features, select the key features first and then compare? Right now, when I have a clear list of what mainly happened, I can just forget about the picture. Look at this and start comparing and see what numbers are similar, what cities are showing the same stuff or showing different stuff. And now I can compare everything in a very organized and clear way. We're not going to do this in this video. You'll find it in another topic at another stage of the course.